Hey, you guys. I'm running behind a few minutes, so let me know if you're here. It's Monday night with me and you. It's go time. So let me know when you're on. Say hello, and I gotta fix some stuff here. Um, Let me know where you're tuning in from, and if this is your first time, let me know that. Hello, Cheryl. Oh, there's everybody on Facebook at least. Let me see who is here on YouTube. I don't know if. Oh, you guys are already here. What? No. All right. Is everybody that's here? Are you on now? Like tonight? Let me know if you're here. I got a little bit of a late start. Hello, Mallory. Hello, Rosemary from Cocoa, Florida. Oh, that must be nice. The weather wasn't bad here today, but I think my YouTube is, oh no, there it is. There is everybody. Hello, hello. One moment, please. Exactly. That's kind of how I feel. It's Monday night. I was running a few minutes behind because let's put it that way. So for those of you tuning in on Facebook, I'm just reminding you that I usually direct all my attention to those who are tuning in on YouTube. So, join me on YouTube, but I'll keep it here in case you feel like staying here. And then if you're here on YouTube, just give me the thumbs up. I have nothing to rant over today, which is kind of a shame, right? I think it's fun to get it out and vent. But every Monday night, I come on here on YouTube and on Facebook, and I just chat with you guys and I answer questions about all things that you've always wanted to ask an intuitive. So that's what we're here. I don't have any topics planned. Sometimes I have a couple things that I want to mention. I have hair in my mouth. Okay. I can mention one thing is that I'll be announcing a new class format starting soon. And I'm only announcing that to those of you who have signed up to my Teachable, which is my online school where you can take classes that are pre-recorded. So they're not live, but they're pre-recorded classes. Any content that I do from now on, because I'm doing everything on on Zoom, because I'm doing it that way, every class that I teach on Zoom will be then placed for availability to watch afterwards on my Teachable online school, which is the online school for being, knowing, doing. So that's at deborahhanlon.teachable.com. And I'm announcing a bunch of courses that I am releasing there, but I'm only going to announce it to people on Teachable who are registered on Teachable already. And it's totally free to register. And when you do register, you get it's called Introduction to Meditation, and it gives you an introductory meditation to follow. So it's a free meditation. Sign up is for free. And then I'll be announcing that to anyone who's registered. So to do that, go to deborahhanlon.teachable.com. And then you will see my school, the Center for Being, Knowing, Doing. You enroll. I think it says enroll, not register. And then you can also, you register and then enroll. That's what it is. Register and then enroll for that free introduction to meditation. There's 2 courses up there now. They've been up there for over a year. So those are available for purchase, but I'll be adding a lot more content soon on that venue. So that's what I have to mention there. What else do I have to mention? I think that's it off the top of my head right now. Been a pretty good Monday, so we're smooth sailing, nice and calm. A lot of you mentioned last week that you really liked doing some meditation with me, so I keep talking about and have been talking about my meditation programs for 15 years, you guys. And so many people constantly will say, I'm so stressed out, I need some guidance. And then we'll say, okay, please join for meditation. And even though I could tell 5,000 people, and I have told 5,000 people about meditation, maybe 2 sign up. maybe 2. So, I mean, over the years, I have more than 2 every week, but I cannot stress to all of you enough, one, how simple my meditation style of teaching is. And I will never stop talking about the benefits of meditation because if you're really freaking out, which the globe kind of is we're going back up in the freak out mode for a lot of people, that uncertainty mode. And truly, I mean, it's not, I won't call it a cure because you're just not allowed to call it a cure, but truly the antidote for stress, for anxiety, for elevated blood pressure, for poor digestion. I mean, you name it, meditation everywhere. You could Google it anywhere. Meditation, it will absolutely alleviate many symptoms. Plus, there's an entirely huge benefit of joining my meditations because I will help you process the experience. So after we do a meditation, you get to ask me questions about, like, how come this happened? How come that didn't happen? How come blah, 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 you know, didn't happen to me? Why did I cry? Why did I not cry? So that is where I think the biggest value and benefit of joining a meditation with me. They're every Sunday night, 7:30 to 9 p.m. It's on Zoom. So you just literally, you're in your bed. Most people are in their bed, on their floor, in their offices, whatever. So please, I can't talk about it enough, and I probably bore people about it. But yet I get so many people that are saying, I'm freaking out, I'm really upset, I'm really this, that, blah, blah, blah. And we'll say meditation. I'll say, no, I want a private one-on-one, which I totally love and I'm totally grateful for, but I can only do so many of those. And I really preserve my energy for those. So I can't do tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of private one-on-ones. So we will tell you, try the meditation group. It's $15 to join the meditation, and it's even cheaper if you pay for the month. We do monthly memberships, which is $50 for the whole month of meditation. So that's that. That's all I will say about it. No, it's not. I'll probably say more. But that's the whole thing. That's what I've got. That's what all I've got. And I'm just looking at your comments here. I'd like to see everybody. I think I helped your youngest at Best Buy tonight with his friend, but I didn't want to redo him out, so I didn't say anything. Hello there, Benjamin. Were you at Best Buy tonight? Or was Chris?
I was at Best Buy today.
You were?
Yeah, I was with my friend Josh.
So, look, someone said I think I helped. This is my middle, Kim. I helped your youngest at Best Buy tonight with his friend, but I didn't want to redo him out. I guess that means, like, call him out.
No, yeah. I was at Best Buy today. Yeah.
You totally could have said something, Kim. Are you kidding me? You guys have the same hair.
Oh, yeah, she did.
She's cool, right?
Yeah,
too? She
cool.
really is cool.
I was asking about mics because Josh wants to start making like music and stuff like that.
Ah, well, we got it here. We got
really like warm in
here. Is it great? Now I'm gonna have a hot flash now that you just said that.
Yeah, I'm getting a hot flash right now.
I'm just seeing who. Hey, Lisa. Oh my God, forever. Has been since I've seen you. Hello, Debbie from Saratoga. Now I'm going backwards and saying hello to everybody. Dorothy, we got your email. I love it, love it, love it. So the answer is yes, yes, yes to your email about your group in Mawa. So thank you for that. Let's see. Sherry, thank you so much. Did I see Mike is saying, did you see what happened after Canadian Thanksgiving? Good warning for America. Oh, God, I didn't. I don't watch TV. I don't. So are there numbers spiking? I know. It's time to everyone kind of dial back, hunker down again, be mindful. I know we're all super drained. I love quarantine. I've said this since March. I love it. I love the slower pace of life. I like, but I'm just naturally a hermit anyway. Wouldn't you agree?
Should I get a chair? Should I leave?
Yeah. Oh, you don't have to leave, but we have I'm trying to think of what chairs we have that are this high, just the ones in the kitchen. You'll stand.
Makes you feel tall.
There you go. Well, you are tall.
Especially with these things on.
Except they can't see the top of your head. Maybe I can't move that banner. Oh yeah, look, I can put it down here. Hold on, guys. One moment, please. Just rearranging everything here. Okay.
Fix the hair. Got ladies on this thing.
They're all ladies. Well, no, that's not true. Mike's here. So what was I saying? Yeah, I think we're getting drained. I think we're tired. I like quarantine because I like a slower pace of life, but I don't like that collective like anxiety that's out there. So just let's just do our best. Let's just not pretend that this is nothing. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's like the flu. Greg's daughter is a nurse at Hackensack Hospital, sent us a text earlier last week saying, please take this seriously, you guys. We have now 3 wards full of COVID patients. So it is back on the rise. Let's just be smart and be careful with one another. Hello, Carrie from New Jersey. Adriana, hello, Nancy. Hey, Liz, how are you? Oh my God, Jill fell asleep last week during the meditation part, so that is good. I fell off the meditation wagon. We'll get back on. Good, yes. Hello, Cheryl from not Washington, Wappingers. How does one? Okay, that's a good question. I'm gonna get to that one in a minute, Lisa. While I give all these hellos. Oh, she didn't want to creep you out. He would have loved it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, anytime you guys see my children, they like
especially in a
it.
store, that's an easy discount right there. It's like 10% off.
Oh my gosh. Actually, she's the one I contacted to say like, hey, what's up with these PS 5,000 millionth ones for Jack? Let's see. Amber saying I could feel a huge difference when I meditate and when you don't. Let's see. Will I ever have a Patreon page? What's that? I don't know that. What is that, Aisha? Do you know what that is? Patreon page?
Isn't that like a GoFundMe thing? Or am I like crazy?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure that's like a GoFundMe. I could be wrong.
I hope it's not, only because I'm so grateful I don't need a GoFundMe page. Someone had started one a long time ago, Mike. Oh my God. I said mostly ladies on here, and Mike said I'm a lady pretty much. Okay, let me go back. Mike, you're an ass. Okay, so tonight is all about I'm reading now Facebook here. Hello, Wayne. Hello, Matilda. I used to listen to me on PDH. I haven't been on there since there was a annoying person on there. I want to join. How do I? Melissa, you want to join YouTube? If you go to Intuitive Medium Deborah Hanlon, then you will find my YouTube channel, and then click subscribe, and then I should pop on. And the Teachable is deborahhanlon.teachable.com. Let's see. Sorry, you guys. I'm just reading through. Martha, I wish, honey. I wish. Martha, I got your email too, and I will totally get back to you. I will. Meredith is asking, what's the best way to connect one-on-one? It is a process. Well, I shouldn't say that. We finally fixed. Here's some breaking news, you guys, before I get to all your questions. We finally fixed my Constant Contact, which is my email subscription software, whatever company that we use. And can I tell you, we've gotten a million different. It is hot in here, right?
Now that you said that, like, I'm cooler now, which is weird.
I'm dying.
Like, I got used to it, but now that you said I'm getting hot, so now I'm stressed.
Sweating. So Constant Contact, you would sign up on my website to be a part of my mailing list. When you sign up to be on my mailing list, they would send a confirmation code. 9 times out of 10, that confirmation would go into your junk or spam or promotions folder, and no one would see it, so no one would confirm. And people would say, oh my gosh, I never get your emails, blah, blah, blah. We try to sign you up again. It's been a problem and a real pain in the ass. And I finally had a huge fit, and I was like, Michelle, I'm going to completely throw my computer if I hear that people want to get my newsletter. They're trying multiple times to get my newsletter, and we're not working. So finally, Michelle was like, all right, and made it happen. Let's just put it that way. So for those of you who have tried to sign up for my newsletter, now you can. Go to my website, deborahhanlon.com, click on the little envelope or says, I don't even know what it says. I haven't been on my website forever. It's kind of like your own phone number. I don't need to go to it, so I don't go to it. But sign up, and then you will be in the know for when we release and open up my calendar for one-on-one appointments. So I only release the calendar when it's opening to people who have signed up for my newsletter. So I never announce it on social media. I never announce it here. We just announce it in an email the day before we open it. We say, where Michelle says, hey, it's opening on this tomorrow at 2:00 or this day at 5:00. So we do try to change the time. Sometimes it's mid-morning, sometimes it's really early morning, sometimes it's mid-afternoon, sometimes it's evening, because everybody's schedules are so different. And I do think of my nurses out there that are working all night long. You can't log on, and then you're sleeping all during the day. So we stagger what time we open the calendar, but that's only announced to my mailing list. So that, Meredith, is the best way to be in the know when we open my calendar. Now, the second part of that is when we open it. If Michelle says it's open Monday, November 16th at 2:00 in the afternoon, make sure you are on my website at 11:59. Refresh your page, and then be ready to sign up, because those appointments literally go in 5 minutes. So that is the best way to connect one-on-one. Every once in a while, I'll get a cancellation. So if it's a last minute cancellation, I usually then will post it on social media. So make sure then you have liked my Deborah Hanlon Facebook page. And every once in a while, like, someone might cancel the appointment. I don't even know they've canceled it, so that when they do that, it opens it back up online. So throughout the month, just check the calendar. And that is the best way. And I really do believe that when it's time, when it's meant to happen, it will happen. So people think like I'm just kind of like blowing smoke by saying that, but I've seen it and I've heard it a million times that, whoever's supposed to get the appointment does. And a couple of you guys here totally like get an appointment the first time, like, for 5 years in a row. So I really do believe that when it's your time, it'll be your time.
And take advantage of the intuitive questions that go on sale. Take advantage of them. They go quick.
My intuitive questions. Sometimes people just say, I just have a question. And so for that, you can type in a question. There's a spot on my website that says, what is your IQ? It's a little play on words. IQ doesn't mean like your intelligence quotient. IQ means your intuitive question. So if you just have something that you'd like insight on, then you can submit one there. I'm just trying to think. There's no mediumship through intuitive questions, so I don't do mediumship through the question way. It's too complicated. So Lisa is asking a great question. This is something that's been coming up a lot, where she's saying, how does one learn to feel deserving? Isn't that an interesting question? Well, I do find it fascinating because recently in one of my courses, we were talking about the whole concept of feeling deserving or feeling not worthy or feeling like we don't deserve either love or deserve to have nice things or deserve nice treatment. And it is a wild thing that so many people really do feel guilty about receiving. So a lot of times, not feeling deserving could be, I'm not saying it definitely is, but could be traced back to a traumatic childhood where you had to be the adult very young. So when you have to be the adult very young, then you overcompensate and you become very independent early. And then when you're independent very early, later on, you didn't really learn how to receive help and support, which is a basic function of being human. And so we haven't developed that skill of how to receive. And we haven't just developed the skill of how to receive, then it translates a lot of times into, well, I might not deserve it. So, I mean, that's not the only path that I'm describing here, but that is some insight on one of the reasons why you might not feel deserving. The rest of it is conditioning, is reconditioning yourself to understand the triggers that are coming up when you don't feel like you deserve something, no matter what it is, love, attention, material things, whatever. And you can kind of trace it back and understand the triggers that go to it. So it's not like something you're going to wake up overnight and be like, yeah, finally, I've arrived. I deserve everything. Bitches, right? It's not that. It's not that. Oh, someone gave me a thumbs down. Oh my God, here we go again. Let's see. So, oh, they changed it. Okay, I forgive you. Somebody might have clicked the wrong button.
I'm saying my hair's a big hit.
Your hair is a big hit.
Thank you, Eileen. Always. That's my dog right there.
It is. That's your Aunt Eileen.
Yes, homie.
Nancy, do any of your boys have intuition? No.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I almost said psychotic. I'm psychic. I can, I'm trying to like, my business plan is to come on here and like plug my psychic mediumship so like I can take some customers. Like I'm cheaper. I'm a good dude.
I'm sure. It'll be Deborah and Sons. They all do have intuition. I think all kids do have intuition. It's not something I like developed in them though. It's not like I, played like intuitive games with them, other than I don't believe this is an intuitive game, but always asking your kids like how they feel about something. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Or, that will help kids develop their intuition, what feels right to you. That sort of thing helps develop your children's intuition. But I think all of them absolutely totally have a brand of intuitiveness. But no more, no less than anyone else. No more, no less than me. I don't think I have more than anyone else. All right, I'm lying. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Hello, Chris Jennifer from Mayapack. Oh yeah, Patreon is a membership platform. Makes it easy for creators to get paid. For creators, it's a way to get paid for creating the things you're already creating. These videos I wouldn't charge for, so I wouldn't see that. I mean, yeah, I don't really do like the normal what do you call them? Like YouTuber stuff like that. But thank you, Aisha. That I appreciate that. I mean, I'll look into it. Not for this stuff though. This is just us talking, us chatting. My good friend asked me to go to lunch last week. I was afraid because cases have gone up, so I didn't go. It made me depressed. Being shut in gets to us. Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult this winter. I'm not going to lie, because especially in the Northeast, when it's colder and we're not really out as much, I do think it's going to be difficult for sure. That's why Zoom, I mean, not that Zoom, but Zoom and FaceTime and all these things that help us connect at least help. So,
Speaking of Zoom, I haven't gone to a Zoom class in a while.
No, don't tell me that.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, I'm checked out of the parenting thing. Oh God, I gotta check back in. So
shout out Mallory for saying always worth the wait for appointments.
See, thank you, Mallory. Okay, Jill said, I read something recently that said baby in the wombs are more connected to the collective whole because they haven't been born yet. Almost like the baby's connected more to the other side. Absolutely, Jill. It's a great question. Totally makes sense. Yeah, because a baby in the womb does not have imprints of memory yet or imprints of identity yet. They are just pure being. They exist, but they don't know their name. They don't have too many tendencies of likes and unlikes, although that's debatable. So you're right. They are absolutely much more connected to the collective whole. What separates us or gives us the illusion of separating from the collective whole is our identity. When we say, okay, I'm Deborah and I have dark hair and I'm tall and I have 3 sons and this is my career and blah, blah, we create identity, and then we start getting really, really, really attached to our identity. And that creates the feeling or the illusion of separateness from the whole. Babies don't have that yet. Our conditioning, the way we were raised, we were either and we could be raised with amazing parents, but you still got the memo inside of I'm not good enough, or this isn't right, or that's not right. Something's wrong with me. Something's flawed with me. We, to a degree, all humans have that. So that pulls us away from the collective whole. So the sad part is we're always just as connected to the other side slash connected collective whole, but it's our conditioning, our memories, and our connection or attachment to our identity, also known as our ego, that creates that illusion that we've been separated, which is the sad thing. And yet it's the good thing, because then once we realize that, we can start unwinding the tapes that create that feeling of separateness from the whole. That's a good question. That's not come up before. So thank you for that, Jill. Elizabeth says, my daughter, 18 months, never met my brother, but she waves and talks to someone constantly. Is that Uncle Mike? It is totally possible. I don't do mediumship this way, through like YouTube on these nights, but, children up until about the age of 3, 4, definitely 5, 6, 7, they really start losing that sense, or the trust in the sense of being able to connect with energy. So 18 months, absolutely. Absolutely.
Harley for Christmas?
What? Where? Oh, Ben is laying hints. Harley for Christmas, because you have a Harley shirt on.
No, yeah.
Oh. Hey, Susan. Let's see. You would take a Harley? No. Let's see. You have such a great sense of humor. I make you laugh. Yeah. If anything, I can laugh. I can scream and yell and carry on really well too. But if anything, I can laugh. Any ideas when the COVID thing is going to be over? It isn't. It's not going to be over, and I know that's like really upsetting to hear. I finally kind of like, okay, all right, this is not over. This is not something that's going to be over. Where was I the other day? I don't know where I was, but everyone had masks on, and I really don't. I try not that I don't leave my house, but I really don't leave my house, right? I hardly ever go anywhere. But I like that because I like being here. I like my house. But I was out and everyone had masks, and I was looking around, and I'm like, I still not used to the mask thing. I just can't. And FedEx. I was at FedEx, and it hit me like this mask thing is going to stick. This is going to be here, like, I think indefinitely. I think eventually maybe some people will get more brave, if you will, and say, okay, I don't need a mask. But I don't think the mask thing is going away for a good 3 years at all. I don't think it's going away ever, but it maybe the decline of the masks, maybe about 3 years, maybe 5. So we're really just learning how to live with this thing, which is really depressing. It definitely is depressing. It'll get better. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm not that extreme, but I'm very, very cautious, leery, and I do my research with vaccines. I never got these guys vaccinated too much at once. I never believed in that. So I'd rather go back to the doctor like 12 times than get it all done in one shot. So they're all vaccinated, but I don't do a lot at once. And I never get them the flu, and I never get them. What else did I not? You wouldn't even know. I don't even know. Like, I don't think I got chicken pox even for you guys. So if you get itchy, I'm so sorry. I apologize.
I personally like the mask because, like, say you're having a bad day, no one can tell really because you're covering most of your face, and like, it's also like I get hit on more. They only see like half of
Oh,
it.
please.
No, like
Please.
it does. Like the mask is lit. Everyone's adorable in the mask. Everyone looks good in a mask.
Well, not me. I have a big, giant, humongous. Why do I have a pimple on the one part of my face? You guys can't see it. You probably can now. I'm going to back up now, but I don't need you guys looking deeper. But there's some issues right in here. And I'm like, really? Why couldn't it be? Well, I don't want anywhere. But like, why does it have to be in the one area that is exposed from the mask? Why do I have to have one giant situation on my forehead. Like, really? Why? I don't understand that. But so I don't think the masks are going away. Start a funeral home. Then we'll bury
I
and
like that.
Deborah will give a reading for this. This is going
That's
downhill fast, you
funny.
guys. Well, his family owned a funeral home too. That's why he says that. Yeah. And
That's a
Eileen says
smart
no
family.
motorcycles are too dangerous.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh my God, my son texted today. He saw a true legit ghost at college and was scared shitless. He used to feel things at home too. I was hoping he'd grow out of it, but how can he work with that? So it is kind of not kind of, it's an extremely creepy feeling when you have experienced the energy visually, for sure. And it sounds crazy, but he can kind of like make a deal like, nope, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see you. And so we can make that rule, but sometimes there's exceptions to that rule where they I call it breaking the firewall, like they got through my security, so to speak. um and then really, if he sits with it, the same feeling of being able to see energy feels like when you know someone's staring at you either from the side or behind, and you just get that feeling and you just know. That's what it feels like to me. That's what it feels like. And so all of a sudden it's a creepy feeling, it's a creepy vibe. But once I have gotten past oh, I'm a little creeped out, what is that? Then I realize, okay, no, it's no such thing as like badness, no such thing as evil or negative energy on the other side. So he's going to have to really, really keep kind of talking him off the ledge, so to speak, so that he knows, like, all right, this energy is not here to harm me. They're not here to freak me out. Just have him talk to it in its mind. And he can say, like, leave, this is freaking me out. Let's see. Oh, Robin, when is Lexi due? My gosh, I feel like that was so fast. Didn't she just announce that she was pregnant? I'm scared of time. So let me know when she's due. Do I see you starting grad school in the fall of next year? Fall of 2021? Is it possible to start in December of 2021 or January 2021? Because I do feel like you're going to get it delayed a little bit, Adriana. Oh, Robin wrote. She's due December 8th.
December 9th.
You say the 9th?
I'm saying the 9th.
And she's having another girl, right, Robin? I think you told me that because I think I said boy, and I'm always wrong with gender. Always, always, always wrong with gender. 13th is coming up, so 5 days after the due date.
I'm gonna say the 9th at 8:43 a.m.
You
If
better
that's
write that
exactly,
down.
I want $100.
Then it's going to be Deborah and Sons.
Yes.
Yeah.
If that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
And you don't have to bury them, according to Mike.
Oh yeah, we're chilling.
Yeah. Just wow, I can't believe how quickly that pregnancy went for me. I don't know about her, but it's all about us, right, Robin? Keep seeing the 13th. Today's the 16th of November. 30.
Is this my phone?
Oh no, here, we can put it on. Now it is. I'm not sure, Robin. I want to say like the 13th, but something about that does not feel right. I don't get like a bad vibe or whatever, so I know you don't read into my like, not sure. It's December 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Could be the 6th. 9th might be right there, my friend. It's 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm not sure. Well, my spidey senses are going all over the place. So let me tune in a little bit more, see if I can like get more. Does she have a name? And if the baby has a name that's released and been announced, let me know the first and middle name. Jean, will I be leaving my current job? Nope. Nope, Jean, you won't be. Well, I mean, eventually we all leave our jobs, but anytime soon, no. Susan, what about the vaccines? Won't be effective? Is it wrong for me to say, like, who in their right mind is going to be the guinea pig for these vaccines, right? Like, is that just me? Let me rephrase that, even though I can't take back what I just said. There's no chance in hell that I'd be like, hey, let me volunteer to see if this is effective and safe. So whoever those people are that are volunteering,
They pay well, I'll do it.
what would
Like
your price be?
$2,000 a week to be injected with
Yeah,
vaccines,
but you
something like
wouldn't
that.
be like 2,000 a week. I mean, I don't know what they pay. Do they pay people?
A lot of the time with like science, like it's called like kind of like donating your body to science, but that's like after you die. But you
Right.
could like get
I want to
paid.
do that.
Steve-O did that for a while. It's when like he was starting to get famous, he would like go weeks and weeks in these places and let them do all these crazy insane tests on him for like a ton of money.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but that's also Steve-O, so it's like
Right. He also like impaled himself with sharp objects regularly.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I can't imagine those people who are like, "Oh, I'll try it. Let me do this." They are their heroes. My goodness, they're heroes. I think vaccines eventually be effective. I'm so leery, so it's hard for me to have an intuitive opinion on things I'm connected to because I'm in it. And so I'm attached to the answer as well. So when someone asks that question, I'm attached to that answer. Like, will it be effective? Would I, I've told Greg a million times, I'm not getting that vaccine. I'm not doing it. But I'm kind of coming around on that only because once again, I keep thinking, oh my gosh, it's not only saving you, Deb. So there's more to this. So I think eventually they'll be effective right away. No, I think we're in this for definitely a good 18 more months, probably 3 years. The mask thing is probably going to wear off probably about 5. So that's depressing. I know I depressed everybody on Monday night going into the winter with elevated cases. Patricia, thank you. I hope you're feeling better today, Patricia. You were on my mind last night. We're sending lots of good energy. Let's see. Yep, St. Michael's good. St. Michael, Raphael even. Metatron is an angel apparently, who was good with the other side. And who was the other one? Is it Metatron? Oh my God, why am I forgetting it's another one with an M name. I feel like I have Alzheimer's or something. I can't remember. I'll think of it. M named angel is what I'm writing.
Right, 8:43 December 9th.
Oh, Robin, I'm sure he's got it.
Telling you.
The ninth might be accurate. Will my health issues be resolved soon? See, I still don't think they're totally going to be resolved. I know more about her questions. So normally I would ask for a little bit more from somebody, but I do know already a little bit from Mallory, and I just feel like it's I think you need a real good holistic person who's really nailing it down, because I'm not sure if it's all related to what is coming up now for you. Let's put it that way. February-ish, March maybe is when it might start to kind of calm back down a little bit. But as far as a cure, and a true like clear path of health and resolution, I'm not sure, Mallory. I think it's still going to take some time. Melissa, hello. Can you always tell by the way an energy looks or just a feeling? Can I always tell what? So clarify your question. Let me look back unless I missed it. Yeah, tell me a little bit. Can I always tell what, Melissa? Because it says, can you always tell by the way energy looks or just a feeling? Oh, I did say girl. Oh, look at that. I was right for once. Okay. Dorothy is saying, do you sage your home or room in your house? Do you also do the burning of bay leaves? I don't particularly like sage. I never liked the smell of it. And I have a thing with artifacts, Native American artifacts, like feathers, headdresses, dream catchers, Arrowheads, sage. I don't like them. I adore the Native American culture and religion and spirituality, which is what's so odd, but the artifacts freak me out. Like I don't like them. So I don't like sage for that reason. Although sage really does have a antibacterial component to it that they've studied sage and years ago, the whole thing with sage clearing the energy is many, many years ago, they used to think meaning more indigenous people, would think that when someone got sick, it was because of a negative energy or an evil spirit got them sick. And so they would burn sage. Really, what it was a bacteria. They caught a cold, they caught something that got them sick. And sage is an antibacterial, um, it helps clear the air. So at this time in our lives, it might be good to sage our homes, but I don't use sage. I use bells when I want to clear energy in the room, bells, chimes. When I had this center, every door had a bell on it. So every time you open the door, you're just like clearing energy. And bells give off vibration. So the vibration, once the bell rings, kind of like sweeps the energy and moves the energy in a room. And I still have them in the house here too. So that's how I clear a room. But if you're looking for the antibacterial sage, not that there's antibacterial and non-antibacterial. I'm saying if you're looking for the antibacterial components or benefits, I should say, from sage, then sage might be a good thing to burn. I just don't like the smell of it. Oh, Joanne, hello. Anna Veslin. I haven't seen you in a while, Joanne. How have you been? Let's see. I think you're gonna have like three tiers of it. TIERS, 3 levels, 3 tiers of it, or 3 times it runs. So, and I do think the third time is when it's like I see grounding. So it gets grounded. It gets started, so to speak. Debbie, will my son Mike get into nursing school? Mike into nursing school. I feel like his will also be delayed. I know we had another question before about starting graduate school. This is nursing school. I think it's going to get delayed. I don't know if it's by his choice or by like the school's choice, but it feels like it's not anytime soon. So if you're talking about next fall, I don't think you're talking about next fall, but I think it's going to be next fall. Let's put it that way. Let's see. Mike is saying $10 on Ben for the 9th.
Man,
Oh my gosh. This is Kim going through personal challenges for the past 3 weeks. Will it let up soon? Going through personal challenges for the past 3 weeks. Just right before Halloweenish. I actually feel like something's been going on since mid-September, so that's longer than 3 weeks. That's why I'm pausing on this a little bit. So something was going on like second week of September. I think you'll get like I could breathe again like mid-December. Like what's today, the 16th? Like mid-December, like around when Robin's grandbaby's gonna be born. Aisha says don't do the vaccine. I know the vaccine too is a big, like, people have strong opinions on it. Obviously, I'm not a medical professional like Aisha is a nurse. And I don't know, the vaccine, I'd want to wait. I personally would want to wait on the vaccine. However, getting this under control on some level would be nice. Maybe if our country and the world uniformly did a shutdown, we could kind of slow it down. I don't really know. I don't know. It's just annoying. It's annoying that we have been thrown into this. It really has, you guys. I think we're pretty amazing, resilient human beings, you guys, because this is kind of dramatic what we've all been through in the
I like
past.
it.
Yeah.
I like it.
You like it?
Like now it's an excuse to like not go somewhere. It's like, oh, COVID's pretty bad this week. Like, can't go to the mall with you guys.
Right. Or like,
It's like if you just didn't want to go, you can just blame it on COVID.
yeah, you probably are like, no, my mom said no.
Yeah, I mean that too. I'll just be like, yeah,
My mom is scared. I mean, fortunately, in our immediate family, also, when I make jokes about that, we don't have anyone. Well, no, that is not true. I was going to say we don't have anyone immediate that we would have a high level of concern, but that's not true. So we do. You do.
Yeah.
We do. Because whoever you do, I worry too.
Sure, we care.
So, yeah. So for people who like really could get quite sick from this, I don't want to say the wrong thing, you guys. Do you hear me? I don't want to say the wrong thing because people are like, you are not taking it seriously, or it's too serious enough, or this what I want to stay away from opinions, okay? Moving right along. My kids, Annalise and Alex, I like those names, Janine, currently go to charter school. We're thinking of switching them to public. Do you think we should switch them?
Absolutely.
My God, at this point, what's the difference? You're still going to be home with them, right? I mean, all these schools are you're in New York, so they're going to be, right? I think, Janine, you're in New York.
What's charter school?
Charter school. It's like private school.
Like Bishop Dunn?
Sort of-ish. Yes, but no.
Okay.
You know what, Janine? I don't know if now is the time. And I don't know if it's because the public is too, depends on what public school you're in, but you know, there's a lot of them are really like freaking out right now. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like not yet. Maybe look into like I think you'll have more clarity around like March or April, which I know is like, well, that's too late, but I feel like I think you're going to push it off just a little bit. And I do think that's because of the situation. If COVID were not a thing right now, then I think that you wouldn't even have the question about changing them over and you would just jump right to public and that would be right. But I don't know if this is the right time to do that for them yet. Yeah, see, Joan wouldn't volunteer. Eileen won't volunteer. It has been rushed to market. I know. Okay, how do I tell if my intuition is talking or my brain? That's a really good question. Sometimes super hard and you just don't know. Just putting it out there. Sometimes you just don't know, is this my gut or is this just my brain? After that, you kind of know it's your brain if it's a constant pattern. So if you want to get a new job, but you're like so scared of making a change and you're scared of like, well, the commute might be longer, or I don't know what to expect, or I don't know, like, am I going to get laid off anyway? Maybe I should just stay where I am because I'm comfortable here. If that's a pattern, if that's something you've talked yourself into many times, then it's your brain. It's your brain keeping you stuck. If it's sort of like you're adventurous and you do try new things and your gut's sort of like, you might want to like hold back on this one, that would be your gut. So really look for your own patterns. And this is why intuition is so interconnected with personal development, personal transformation, self-growth, self-awareness. That's why I love that component of what I do. In fact, I love it more than mediumship because that's what I love to teach people how to trust, is trust your own gut, because myself and any other intuitive is not on speed dial all the time. And you don't want that anyway. I wouldn't want that for anybody of like, oh, I need to ask Deborah this before I make that move. I don't want that. I don't even want that for my kids. I want them to be able to trust their own inner guidance system. So when you are aware of your own patterns of fear or patterns of comfort zones, that is a big one for a lot of us. Patterns of like, if you have a fear of not having money because your childhood you didn't have money, any step forward when you could, be a little iffy about money, your gut is going to be like, I don't know, don't do that step. But that's really because of your conditioning caused you to be fearful about not having. So there's a lot of nuances, and this is the area where you need to really know yourself to understand your patterns. Once you understand your patterns, you're easier to go, oh, that's my fear kicking in versus my intuition kicking in. So I hope that answers that. Let's see. Oh, Jen, that's smart. I'll wait to see if the vaccine causes a third arm or leg before I get it. I agree. I agree. Let's see. I'll take my off my mask in 5 years and my face will be full of wrinkles. So maybe we should invest in like the Botox companies now because yeah, you're right. In 5 more years, we're all gonna be like, whoa, hold on there, sister. Oh my goodness. Let's see. I know. I hope I'm wrong about it too, Nancy. Let's see. Paul, change of career in my near future. I feel like two. I think you're going to have two options to move into. I don't know if it's a full change in career or change in where you work. That's to be determined. But I see two. As soon as I answer that question, that means you're going to have two options or two paths. Follow straight with what you're doing or no. I'm hearing no. So I think you're going to have two career options in the near future by March. So yeah, to me, that's near future. Let's see. Hello, Linda. Let's see. Okay, good, Mallory. You have your question here. Don't I have a large dream catcher? Yes, Dorothy, I do. I bought a humongous dream catcher. Actually, it's hanging in my bedroom, but it is made of oh my, like, is it macrame? Is that the word? It's not like feathers, and for some reason I loved it, but it's like a rope. It looks like rope. So it's the first dream catcher I've had ever, actually. And I love that one. So yes, but it doesn't give me the Native American vibe. And when I say that, for those of you who are tuning in new, I love Native American culture, Native American spirituality. I just don't like Native American artifacts. Anything with fur, feathers,
Rabbit's foot.
rabbit's foot. Do you know that when I was a kid, that was like a thing? Like everybody had a
Yeah.
rabbit's foot.
Yeah, that's weird.
Maybe that's why I hate it. It's kind of creepy. See, Jen said, hold off on the vaccine, Deb. My eyes wouldn't be able to keep up with you talking with three hands. Oh my God. Let's see. Would I feel a spirit is close that you're dealing with, a spirit or alive? Now I'm forgetting what your other part of. Well, when you feel a spirit close by or an energy, as I call them, it could be a feeling, it could be a thought, it could be a knowing. It's hard to say. So that's the stuff that you would dig deeper into yourself. As far as it's all of the above for me, Melissa. So it's hard for me to say one. It's not one over the other. Sometimes, and a lot of times actually, information comes through so haphazardly. What's an example that I want to give to you guys to help you understand? Well, I had one the other day, and it doesn't normally come to me in dreams. I hardly ever remember my dreams. And I had a dream Friday morning. I woke up, and in my dream, I was going to make my confirmation. And big long story, I was going to make my confirmation, but I went to one church, and then I couldn't make it there. I was going to make it to another church. And while I was waiting in between sessions to get my confirmation, I was hanging out with massive bags of makeup, and me and my girlfriends were playing with this makeup, but I was my age. And I remember in the dream going, why do I have eyeshadow palettes? Why do I have so much so much makeup? And it didn't make sense to me in the dream. Well, my reading that Friday was with a girl who tried to make her confirmation twice and was like really big into makeup, particularly eyeshadow palettes. And there was more to that applied. And I'm like, oh my God, that's what was coming through to me in the dream, because I never remember my dreams. So my very long answer to your question, Melissa, is it's hard to say. And that's where the skill comes in of you personally learning how you work. But it could be all of the above or just one or the other that you were saying before. Let's see. Carolyn, do the deceased get attached to their objects? No. Before I'm even reading on, no. The deceased are never attached to their objects once they've passed. I took over my mom's car when she passed. The engine died a week ago. I feel a shift in her feelings. Thank you. Did this help her move on? Nope, I would say that's a really great question. They are not attached to their belongings, even their most prized possessions. They are more attached for you, for our sake here. They're not attached for their sake. And usually I've seen that they are more attached to jewelry than anything else. But even that, they're going to say like, if you lost the ring, that's fine. Or if you lost the locket, it's fine. Or if your sister-in-law took it, don't worry about it. So they're not attached, we are. But of items that I've seen for females, it's usually jewelry. For males, sometimes it's tools, like tools that are like, it was my grandfather's hammer, that kind of thing. So I've seen that. So I would say that the shift that you felt was in you about you moving on instead of holding on to her car, which will hold on to her stuff, which holds on to her energy for you here. The shift, I bet, was you shifting in, okay, I'm letting mom, another level of mom go again, but not necessarily in a bad way. Let's see. Yep, Annie, that does help with the sleigh bell on the front door. So, yep, ring a bell in any room or anytime the front door opens. Just know that the energy of the bells is sweeping through.
Any more grandchildren?
Any more Ooh, 3. I hear 3, Melissa. I know you have triplets, but 3. 3 more grandchildren.
Nicole, Misha.
Let's see.
I really like that one.
Nicole, when do I get to run away? When I do. How's that, Nicole?
I like that one painting she did. The recent one. That one was sick.
Oh yeah, Nicole, I was showing the whole family here that the one that I said looked like a psychedelic Queen Anne's lace. That was ridiculously amazing. Let's see, Jean, that one might be a mediumship question. So let's see. My dad is having a lot of depression and health issues right now. Will he get better? Or should I plan for helping him out a bit more? I think especially because of the situation now with, I think, the elderly, the more I have kind of sat on this with the elderly, particularly the elderly who really are secluded and no visitors and things, I think a lot more effort does need to be done for people who really, really aren't having any social contact. Because for those of us, we have limited social contact, but our social contact has not been 100% taken away like it has for the elderly in many situations. And so they can't drive normally, they can't get themselves out other places. So that will really dramatically affect their well-being. And that's the biggest concern to me right now as a person, of the mental health issues that are now starting to arise. And again, that's why I tell everybody meditation, because that will bring us back down to earth. So I would help him out a little bit more, Amber, for sure. For sure. Probably not going to be easy because his vibration is very stubborn, very fixed. So that's not going to be easy for you. But the offset is that he's going to isolate more. Let's see. I'm a nurse. I'd rather watch to see what happens before getting the vaccine. Yeah, the nurses are going to have it mandatory. That is stressful. Mary, I don't do any mediumship questions in this format, so that's why I haven't answered your question yet. So I don't get messages from the other side in this format. Let's see. Janine, this is a different Janine. Will I be leaving my job? Didn't I answer this one before? Do you remember?
I haven't been paying attention.
Oh. Are you like dying standing up?
No, I'm fine standing up.
It's hot
I'm just
in here.
like,
Do you want to open the door? Maybe that'll give us a little air. It's hot in here. We have a lot of lights. Yeah. Let's see. Will I be leaving my job? I think I answered that one.
I think it was someone else's though.
It
No,
was
yeah,
a Janine
yeah.
with her 2 kids, but I think I answered that. Let me know, Janine,
I
if I did or not.
No, you answered someone
Um,
else.
will 3 times be the charm for my son and his fiance to have a wedding in May? We experienced a great loss, and the guilt of putting the wedding date off is tough. She would have been here for the first date. Oh God, this is terrible. I think we're gonna be in the same situation of um limited personal gatherings still in May. So you'll be able to have it, but it'll be limited. So if you're looking at having a wedding with like 200 people, I don't think that's going to be a go in May. But if it's something where you can do 50, 60, that may work. Although I'm hearing 4 times. So boy. Let's see. Housing market sucks right now. I can't seem to settle on a location. Been sitting with it for a while. Will I be able to settle on a location and how soon? Probably not until spring, Jackie. Like April, May. And I actually even then, even though you're looking now, I feel like it'll happen so quickly. So that sounds like counterintuitive, but what I mean by that is I feel like you're looking and looking and looking all winter, looking and looking and looking. And then April, oh my gosh, I see a house. And like 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, we're into a closing. So that's what I mean by, but when you find the house, it'll go quickly. Let's put it that way. Let's see. I have dreams that days later, some parts of the dream come true or familiar. How do you know which dreams are significant or be true or make sense right away instead of days later? A lot of times you just won't, which I know is not the answer that we want, but a lot of times with intuition, I don't know I'm having intuition or what an intuitive hit or mediumship even because I call them my BLTs, my big long thoughts. So when I have a BLT, I am just going about my business, whatever. And then all of a sudden, everything I was thinking about completely pertains to the person that I'm sitting with. The other day I had a reading. It was a Zoom reading. Um, and so I was just gotten out of the shower, drying my hair. And while I'm drying my hair, my thoughts wander. And I kept having this whole thought about a lawsuit, a lawsuit, a lawsuit, and very detailed, big long thought about a lawsuit. And I mean, I don't have any lawsuits going on right now, but I don't all of a sudden think, oh, my reading must have a lawsuit until I sit down. And then I'm like, oh, what was that thought I had? And sure enough, the person that I was reading was in the middle of a huge, huge lawsuit. So um, sometimes I just don't even know, and I am trained to do this. So I would jot it down, see if you can notice if there's anything that feels different from the premonitionary type of messages versus just random stuff. Also, having said that, though, some of the random stuff just wasn't validated. It doesn't mean that it wasn't intuitive. It just maybe you wasn't validated. You didn't get to have the conversation that would validate whether something was true or real or came up or not. So, um, you just kind of have to play with it and then just keep trusting yourself. Like before you go to bed, you tell yourself, oh, thank you for giving me insight on XYZ, that sort of thing. That'll help foster it. My mask is turning me into a mouth breather. I've noticed lockjaw setting in. Oh my gosh, today I was at a store and the guy's got glasses kept fogging up. And I was very relieved to see it because mine still do. And I know everyone says put the glasses on top of the mask. Yeah, but then my glasses slide down. So the whole glasses with the mask thing is freaking annoying. Um, Way better alternative than a ventilator. I understand. I'm not complaining, but kind of am. And I was so happy to see his glasses fogging up because mine constantly do that. I take them off all the time now. So we're going to need Botox at the end of the 5 years and LASIK surgery because I'm killing my eyes because I can't see when I'm in the store with the mom. Serena, what should I do about finding work? I think either more certifications. I don't think school, but more certifications. I feel like I don't know if it's you want it or you need it. Um, but I feel like there's another layer or level of certification or back to schoolness or whatever it is that a license that you would like to have before you go back to finding work. So I would jump on that.
I have big ears.
I don't think you have big ears.
I don't know. I feel like this one like sticks out more. It's like kind of what I've been looking
Oh, that's why
at.
I don't look at myself on the
Yeah, I
screen.
know.
That's
Then I
just
read
nice.
comments, but you take forever to scroll through them.
I know. Sorry.
So it's like, ugh,
Oh my
trying to
God.
read.
Am I moving within the next year, Aisha? Can she? Yes. Will she? Yes, I hear. Should she? Yes, that's 3 on all fronts. So probably not until like August or, August, some August and October. So really the next year. So I don't see it like anytime earlier than that. That's exciting, Aisha. Hopefully it's not that far. Um, Thought that was a great question, Greg says. I want to ask too, when will we get to run away? Oh, we're taking you with us. Yes, that's my boys. They're coming with us.
I'm gonna go fishing with Pa.
Oh my God, we're gonna all run away together.
No, I'm
Yeah,
away from
family.
you guys.
Exactly. I think if anyone is running away, it's you. I mean, don't literally run away, but
No, I know.
yeah,
I'll be in the city next year if anyone wants to visit me.
yeah. If it's not closed up.
No, I'll still be there.
No, it won't be closed up. I'm just kidding. Bonnie, when will my son Zach get his license? Oh, why do I hear 2 years? What the heck?
That sucks.
2 years? How old is Zach now, Bonnie? Answer that and I'll scroll down and see. Oh, Jennifer, that is the question of the day. That is the question of the century. Will I ever lose weight and keep it off? LOL. I know. This whole weight loss thing, it's stupid. It's bullshit. I'm going to call it like it is. It's stupid. I'm annoyed by it. I think we all know what we need to do to lose weight. And you know what? I don't want to. It comes down to I just don't feel like it.
If I
It's
have to
like,
do what Chris
no.
does, I don't want to do it.
No, I know Christopher. Well, you do too, Ben.
But
You do
not
well.
like-
But Christopher has completely transformed himself. He's my youngest son. And
He's an odd kid.
he's all, I mean, he's costing me $600 a week in like all this, fresh ground turkey,
God.
which I don't want fresh ground turkey. I'd rather have
His cookies.
he makes cookies every day, but they have no sugar, no flour,
They're terrible.
no
They're
eggs.
terrible. No,
No eggs. Yeah, we keep trying. I just keep saying it's a texture thing. It's a texture thing.
You need 4 glasses of water.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, maybe that'd be good. I have one cookie, I'm full, and my mouth is so dry that I can't eat anything else for another 12 days. And then I will lose weight. Aisha, do I work with spiritual guides? No, I don't on the regular, but every once in a while I wouldn't call them guides as much as like I pull on certain energies that belong to me. My brother who passed, actually tomorrow would be his, oh God, what am I, 44? He would have been his 46th birthday tomorrow. So I sometimes call on him and I call on my father's father very often and occasionally my mother's mother. But I wouldn't say I work with them. Not on the regular. Let's see. Ooh, Susan, I came a grandmother, bought my own house, which is beautiful, by the way. I saw the pictures on Facebook. I keep feeling that there's a third change, a positive one. Any idea what that might be? Maybe it's a relationship. Let's see. It's help. I'm like, nope, not a relationship. And then Susan's like, ah, damn it. Or you're happy, depending on which way you can go. I actually think it's a health thing. I don't know if you've been having issues with your legs, not like serious problematic stuff, but I don't know if it's circulation, veins, or issues with legs, but I feel like that's like cleared up. So I think it's more health wise as you take the next level up. Is it okay to throw mirrors out? I've heard they can be portals or windows to the other world, and I want to get rid of one that kind of makes me uncomfortable. The portals and windows to the other world. I one time had somebody come to me and they were very, very, very convinced that there was a mirror in their house that was a portal for negativity. And she was adamant with me. And I said, this is in the living room. Yes. How'd you know? Like, and you get a really negative vibe in the living room? Yes, all the time. Yeah. Where does your husband spend most of his time? I swear, this is a true story. And she was like, he's in that room all the time. I'm like, he drinks a lot, right? Yeah, he is. And he's a medium when he's drunk. And I'm like, no, mm-mm. So the negative energy in the room was not the portal through the mirror. It was the husband. No joke, true story. And she was really mad at me for saying that. She was not, and I'm like, nope, the mirror is fine. The mirror can stay, but your husband needs to get his shit together. So she was not happy with me. Hope she's not listening right now. She probably isn't though. So no, I would not look at and think of windows and mirrors as portals to the other world because I think we'd all be really feeling crazy. If there's one that you don't like and it happens to be like a antique, it could be the energy that you're picking up that was in the house when that mirror was in the house, and that can make you uncomfortable, so I would get rid of it, but not because it's a portal to any other world. Um, but I hate antiques. Hate them. Creep. I went into an antique store probably 20 years ago and had my first true panic attack because I was, and I didn't know what was going on. I was not like, oh my gosh, I'm picking up on all the energy of the objects. I was just like, get me out of here. I want to die. My life is closing in and caving in on me. And then years later, I realized, wait a minute, you pick up the energy of objects. So if that is what the mirror belonged to someone else, even if it's somebody you loved, if you don't like the mirror and it makes you uncomfortable just because of energy, get rid of it. That's with everything in your house. I did a class on feng shui, which is the energy of your home, and I tell people, if you don't walk around your house saying, I absolutely love this, I love that chair, I love that picture, I love that table, I love that curtain. If you're not saying I love it, it needs to go, which I know can cause some friction between spouses. Don't get rid of your like spouses or significant others' favorite stuff without asking, unless you could just
Get rid of them
get
too.
right. Yeah. I remember when Greg and I first started dating, I went through his closet without him knowing, and I was just like, I threw out some Hawaiian shirts.
Oh my God. It is all good.
Exactly. And some really like old, like acid wash jeans when
Why? Let's talk about that. Why do you have that, Greg?
I was considering like this relationship's never going to work. It's just not going to work with these acid
It's like
jeans.
a midlife crisis.
It's worse. It's like someone who was 18 and never got rid of them because those were in an 18. Oh my gosh. So I hope that answers, Jennifer, but I wouldn't think it's anything negative. I think you're probably just picking up on the energy of wherever that mirror used to reside. Or it's just in the wrong spot too, because energy, you can move something in your house and it not be the right place of it. Let's see. Let's see. What about my dad made so much furniture for us? I feel guilty that I can't move it with me, so he won't care. What about my dad made so much? He won't. No, he won't care. Right. Going back to are they connected to their objects? Nope. He won't care. They're not connected to it. Shelly, I always know that name is you, my friend. Dr. Oz said today the ride in the car is the only dangerous thing about getting the vaccine. When it is released, he will get it right away. I was feeling hopeful. That is good to hear. The ride in the car is the only dangerous thing about getting the vaccine. Wind chimes, yes, Aisha, help clear energy even though they're outside. Absolutely. Nicole is packing. Good night, Carolyn. Let's see. I'm trying to go to try to get to everybody here, so I'm trying not to answer twice. Will the truth come out to my brother and family that I didn't do what she accused me of? I don't think they're gonna listen. I think it'll come out, but I don't think it'll listen. They will listen. So that's the tricky part. I think one, but I don't think it's going to be your brother's. I don't know if he's married and it's his spouse or someone connected to the spouse, but I think it's going to be an outside family member that will kind of go to bat for you, so to speak. Let's see. Okay, I didn't answer Janine's question. Will I be leaving my current job and going on elsewhere? I'm hearing no. I'm hearing no. Hearing no, Janine. I'm hearing no. I keep repeating myself because I'm hearing no. Let's see. Tentatively planning a road trip to Colorado to May and April, May. Do you think it'll? Yes, I do think that will happen, Annie, for you. Yep. Particularly because it's road trip too. And I think it'll still be open. You'll be able to go. I don't think we're going to be locked down like we were. So April, May I feel like we'll be free to move, but I think you'll just not feel comfortable. So driving, you're just going to feel comfortable. Haley, how are you? I see you here. Oh God, all the nursing home. They do need human contact and confirmation they're loved. Oh my God, it's terrible. Roll a piece of tissue up and put it up near the top of the mask. Inside absorbs moisture. Oh, thank you, Melanie. I'm going to try that. What makes me say 5 years? Is there something significant about that period of time? I think it's going to take that much time for humanity to adjust. I don't even mean biologically, but psychologically, it's going to take us that time to adjust. I think we are going to, over the next year, get still so bombarded over. We don't know what this disease does. We don't know what the long-term effects are. I think there's going to be, after a year, 15 months, we'll get a better idea of who really does get infected again. What is the shelf life on it? So I think it's not really significant spiritually to me. I think it's just that the waves of our learning curve is why I say that, Nancy. Oh my God. What the fuck? That's not running away, Greg says.
I still miss them clothes.
What is it? I still miss
his Hawaiian shirts and jeans.
He misses his acid wash jeans and his Hawaiian shirt. Jennifer, it was not your husband. It could be your husband, the mirror thing, right? Well, yeah, it could be that too, for sure, for everybody. Zach is 19. Okay, so maybe it was 2 years ago. Bonnie, did he try 2 years ago? Like, did he not try for his license at 16? Because I hear 2 years. So if he tried at 17 and he's now 19, that would make sense why I would say 2 years, and that would mean it would be happening soon, which is what I'm hoping. If he tried to get his license at 16, and didn't, then I think it might be 2 more years. Let's see. Yeah, I think it'll be 2 more years. Yep. Jen hates the antiques too. So I bet you, Jen, that you're feeling the energy of the mirror itself or wherever it was before you had it. If it's a brand new and nobody ever owned it before, which I doubt it is, but if they never owned it before, then it could also be in the wrong place in your house because mirrors bounce back energy. So it depends on where it would be in the house, at what type of energy is it bouncing back into the house. The easiest way, I mean, you could look up feng shui, FENGSHUI, online and get some tidbits and pointers, although there's so many resources out there, it's hard to know which is which. But the best way to kind of figure out what type of energy is, how the energy is moving throughout the house, is if you imagine the front door of your home, if you open it, water would flood in. Follow the path that water would go and see, like in our house, it would go in straight and move out to the sides and then go up the stairs as it fills up. And so when you follow the flow of water, it's the similar way of following the flow of energy. And if anything is blocking it or stopping it, then the water would have to bounce off that wall and go somewhere else. So that's how you kind of know, like, is there some energy that's just bouncing off of that mirror? What? That is crazy.
Unless that's wrong.
Sharon said, I still have a pair of acid jeans that also don't fit. Good night, Dorothy. Been told if the eyeglasses have a glass lens, not plastic, clean with dishwasher soap or try toothpaste. Only works on glass. Thank you, Mary Jane. See, yeah, Jen, I knew it. Mom got it antiquing years ago. It's been in my house for a while in my bedroom. So if you really like, well, it says it makes you uncomfortable. It's totally the energy of whatever went on in the house. Doesn't mean there was like somebody killed in the house. Doesn't mean it has to be even negative. It just means that energy that the mirror absorbed is not resonating with your energy. So it's not a negative mirror. It's not negative energy. It's just not vibrating or resonating with you. So you could also take salt water, like put a ton of salt in cool water. What do you call it when you mix it all together and dissolve it, and put a cloth in there and then wipe it down with salt water. You could see if that helps it. I don't think it will in your case, but you could try that. And bells, get bells in that room too. See if that moves.
So much.
Will this crazy divisiveness in this country ever end, or do we have years left of this country being like this? It really is going to come down in terms of energy, and it's not left and right, Democrat, Republican, up, down. It's none of it's the energy of I think we've all lost our shit. All of us. And what I mean by that is, and COVID in this situation is definitely not helping. We're losing our tolerance for anyone or anything that seems different than what our ideology is. And that scares me with social distancing, because I know it myself. I am not a very patient person to begin with. And now I'm losing patience with people so much faster than ever, because now any interaction I have is, if it's draining me for 4 seconds, I'm like, oh, I'm over it. And I'm watching myself. Although today I had to go to a packing store, which I mailed Jack stuff. That's why it's not in your trunk. So I went to the packing store, and the man wasn't friendly. Say it like it is. He wasn't friendly. And I don't know. I have like mail anxiety. Like, I hate having to mail a box. I don't even like mailing a letter if I have to go to the post office. I hate the post office. I hate those places. It's just too many details. I don't know what it is. Maybe I was traumatized someplace. I don't know, but I hate going there. I'm wrapping up the box, big, huge box, right, to ship to my son. And he's literally just watching me like this, watching me as I tape. I was like, do you have any duct or that packing tape? He was like, right there. So I had to buy packing tape, which I didn't think I would. Bought this cheap packing tape. You guys know how that works, right? You can't see where it begins, right?
No, I always forget tape, so I always have to buy a new one, and then it's like, they're never nice there either. Any post office,
horrible.
They're always like
so
really
rude. So just, so not friendly, so not fun. And so now I'm sweating. It's a big box that I had to mail to my son that he's been waiting for like a month, and I just keep putting it off because I hate going. And he needs his shoes, he needs stuff, and I'm like, oh. So I'm taping it. And that sound, that obnoxious sound. It didn't have the ripper. So I'm like, do you have scissors? Like, could you help? You're staring, and you're seeing me like try to rip it. Now I'm sweating. I got the mask. Can't rip easily when you're under the mask, and I'm pissed. I was so furious. This was at 9:02 this morning. And I finally get it up and get it all together, packed it, whatever. He goes, did you want to ship that? No, I was making fucking art. What did you think? Why do you think I'm in a packing store? I was livid. Like, what did he think I was doing in this store? Yeah, I do. That's why I came to this place. I won't say where it was. It was not the post office. Let's just put it that way. Livid.
It's the
sweating.
spot.
And so I'm like tense because I'm like, Captain Obvious, I'm not in your store. This isn't art class all of a sudden for like a stay-at-home, COVID kid.
Right.
You're going?
Same person who's calling me is pissing me off.
So he then like, oh, well, I need my patience was gone, but it was gone the minute I like tried to open the door and he didn't like give eye contact, that kind of thing. So my point is, I think that we are all in this very less tolerant state, myself included. And I think that is hurting all of us, and this quarantine is not helping. So if we could keep going, like I have to keep reminding myself, like, Deb, he's a human being. Maybe he's having a bad day. Maybe there's something wrong with him. Maybe he has social anxiety. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's pissing me off. Maybe it's that. I don't know. He wasn't really helpful. But we have to give each other the benefit of the doubt. So I hope it ends. But I think too many things happened at once that contributed to the intolerance. I won't even call it divisiveness. I'm going to call it the intolerance of someone other than ourselves. Let's see. Oh, Lee, that's awesome. Shelly, I don't think so. I don't think your question. Nope. He got his permit a year ago. So Bonnie, I think another year for Zach. So 2 years from the time he got his permit. I'll be mirror shopping next paycheck. I learned so much about energy in my home, overlaying the Bagua map on my floor plan. Very good, Amber.
Creeper, dude.
Serena, 3 years ago, another medium told me the same exact thing. See, we're on the same page. Good night, Patricia. They're nice in West Park Post Office. I never go to the post office because I don't like that one either. Maybe it's me. I have postal anxiety. That's what it is. Is moving in with my girlfriend going to ruin our relationship? Hello,
Yes.
moving in.
Yes.
Moving in always ruins it. Define ruin. Will it make it different? Absolutely. It does make it different. Is that necessarily bad? No. But definitely changes things. So you need that. Like I was saying before, I think humanity is a lot less tolerant of each other. So, you know, if you're, she's going to kill me if I say this, but if you're thinking like, oh, I'm not in that tolerant mode, then I might wait on that. Greg and I, it took us 5 years before we moved in together, which
Now
doesn't
that's my
sound
new dad.
which now it doesn't sound like a lot of time. At the time it did to me. But 5 years felt good. That was I think that was smart amount of time, because don't ever move in with someone in the first 2 years of knowing them. That's the rule. Never after a year, that's for sure. Because everybody's also nice still, and everyone's doing their like niceties. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Everyone's like, no, I don't mind. No, it's fine. And then as time goes on, it's like, fuck that. I don't want that. You know, and we become more real. So 5 years, I think, was a good amount of time that we had. So if it's less than 2 years, Paul, I would say no. And she's gonna kill me for saying that. Unless, I mean, it does help financially too, though, with two people, you know, holding the weight. So that
It's not gonna be fun
it's
though.
difficult. If you're committed,
Still not gonna be fun though.
says the guy. I wonder what Greg would say.
Greg probably will 150% agree with me. Guaranteed he's gonna comment. Ben's right.
Because also don't forget that I came with 3 boys.
Yeah, he's weird. He's weird for that one. He took on 3 new kids.
Yeah, that was so not cool for
That
him.
was like,
you guys are perfect, but that was so not cool for him.
it was like when you order like a cable thing and like you get all these extra channels, but like you never watch them. It's like that's what it was for him.
And they got the crappy channels.
Yeah, he got the terrible channels.
Oh my God. Jack, actually, last year, my oldest son, it hit him last year. He went, Mom, Greg dated you and we were 6, 8, and 10. What was wrong with him? What was wrong with him? And I'm like, oh, it's all starting to sink in. He's not so bad, is he? He must really like you guys. Or he must really like me to deal. Which is even weirder. He's regretting all of it now. He's like, I don't like anybody. I just want to run away. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Deb. It was a terrible ordeal with the packing tape this morning. He said he screwed up. Yeah, he's effed up. Oh my goodness. Okay, Melissa. Jen, you waited 25 years. See, that was smart. That was a smart amount of time, not gonna lie. Now you've got this smear that you gotta get rid of. Will I be moving anytime soon? Melissa's asking, and feel better. Oh, those are two different questions. Try not to equate moving. I'm going to stop myself before I say that because nope, that's not necessarily the case for you. You guys gotta give me a thumbs up too if you haven't. Melissa, I don't think so, Melissa. For some reason, I don't think meaning moving anytime soon. If it's an emotional feel better, meaning emotionally you're not feeling well, I feel like actually mid-January you will start to feel better. But if it's a physical feel better, that's actually like mid-December, a couple more weeks there. But I don't think it is going to be totally correlated with moving in. So be careful not to equate the two. So for those of you who have not attended my meditation, please, please, please think about it, sign up. I know like once it leaves your mind, it's gone. So sign up in advance so you won't forget, or sign up for the month so it puts you in for the month that you could see this and try it out. So that, and you can sign up for my newsletter, which is now working. If you have not been able to do that successfully, go to deborahhanlon.com to do that. And then I'm going to make an announcement on new classes going to be available soon on Teachable at deborahhanlon.teachable.com. So I'm going to announce only to the people who are registered at deborahhanlon.teachable.com about those classes. And it's totally free to register. And then when you do enroll, you register and then enroll, or the other way around. I don't know. But you can try a free meditation class once you do that at deborahhanlon.teachable.com. It is late. Benjamin has been standing this whole time, this poor guy. I will see you all next Monday night. And be well, stay healthy, take care of each other. And then I will see you all next week. So thank you guys so much. Good night.